Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to YouTube. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should not be using signal services as a beginner trader who wants to do this long term, who wants to succeed doing this. And of course, at the end of the video, I'm also going to be telling you the path you should take and what you should do. It's not enough to tell you not to use signal services, but it's also enough to tell you not to use it and then tell you what you should be doing. So let's get into it. So before we get into the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Like the video. It does the channel a massive good. It does the channel a massive favor. It helps us put us in front of more people. Just like the video, it tells the algorithm to put us in front of more people. So please just take a moment. 3, 2, 1, like, share, subscribe, and of course leave a comment. That helps out the channel very, very massively. All right, so let's get into the video. So the number one reason why you should not be using a signal service is that it denies you the opportunity to actually learn how the trading works. If all you know, if all you get is entry signals, enter here, put your stop loss here, put your take profit here, and you don't know how whoever sent that signal arrived at the trading idea, you don't know his trading process, you don't know how he manages to generate the trading idea, you don't know how he arrived at that signal, that denies you a huge opportunity to actually be able to learn the proper way and to be able to learn the things you should be learning as a trader. So the number one thing it does for you is that immediately it denies you every learning opportunity and it lengthens your learning curve. I mean, if you're eventually going to learn how to trade, you are going to take a very, very long time to actually do that because why? You are starting off on a signal note. And of course, like myself, when I did start, somewhere along the line, I used signal services and I found out that it was very, very difficult, to make a profit using those signal services. So, and of course, I'm going to be sharing with you, as I proceed in the video, how the signal services turned out for me, what happened, what my own experience was, and of course I hope that makes sense to you as well. So number 2 reason why you should not be using a signal service is very obvious. It makes you dependent on other traders. What happens when the trader that you are learning from or the trader that is giving you the signal, what happens when he falls sick? What happens when he's not around? What happens when, let's say, something happens and he takes a break? What happens when, let's say, he's going through a losing streak? Every competent trader goes through a losing streak. Every single one of us, we all deal with losing streaks. And of course, winning streaks as well. So what's going to happen to you when you're going through those losing streaks? So at the end of the day, you don't want to build a system that is reliant on other people. It takes away the original idea, which is why you started learning how to trade in the first place. I don't know for you, but if the original idea why you got into trading was to gain freedom, was to gain financial freedom and be able to do things your own way and at your own pace, it takes that away because this time around, you are not relying on the next person and you're not doing things your own way anymore. You're basically doing things, probably the other guys way, which is not your own way, which is actually taking away the freedom that you are looking to get. So it just robs you of that whole opportunity of understanding the real process and putting your own process to it and defining the way you do things by yourself as a trader. Because at the end of the day, even if we all learn from the same mentor, at some point we are going to begin to develop and do things our own way. And of course, when you take the signal route, that completely takes that away from you, and further it lengthens your learning curve. So the third reason why signal services are bad for you as a beginner trader, of course, as a trader at any level, is of course there are no guarantees. Now, no trader knows what his sequence of wins and losses is going to be. No trader knows that. When I place a trade, I don't know what is going to win. I don't know what is going to lose. No trader can actually tell for certain what the market is going to do. The signals can all align, the confluences can all come together, and it could still go wrong as a trade. So one thing you must do for yourself, the one big favor you must do for yourself, is that under no condition should you be taking, should you be using signals to learn? And of course, but the problem is that when you're using signals, because the signal is coming from someone who you deem to be better than you, who you deem to be a bigger trader, who you deem to be a bigger mentor, you tend to want to believe that, because this person gave the signal, therefore they know what they're doing, the market is bound to follow their direction, they are correct. And most of the time that makes you throw risk management out of the window. And of course, you just blatantly just get into the market and, risk management is not there. You're not cautious. But at the end of the day, no trader has a guarantee of what is going to happen in the market. And that is one thing that signal services don't tell you. You don't know that they don't know what's going to happen next. When a guy is placing the trade, when he's giving the signal, he does not know what is going to happen next. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know the sequence. He doesn't know the series. He does not understand. He doesn't know whether it's going to be win, win, loss, loss, win, win, or break even. He doesn't know all of those things. He doesn't know it at all. So at the end of the day, it's extremely important for you as a trader to not be blindly following anybody. And of course, you now throwing caution to the wind. And where that also happens is that, let's say you're following a signal service and the signal provider is going through a losing streak, but you've taken 1 or 2 losses, now you get scared. And by the time his winning streak now comes back, you are no longer taking the trades that he's sending into the signal group because you are afraid of the fact that he has taken multiple losses in a row. You don't know if this one is going to be another loss. So there are no guarantees. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is that no matter what you do, even if you were trading that by yourself, you are still going to have those winning streaks and losing streaks. But that is where we get back to the point number 1. If you were learning by yourself and following your own rules, you will understand that losing streaks are normal. These things are normal. The wins are going to come around again, and you will not be taking the losses very personal. So that's actually one angle that you'll be looking at it from. So reason number 4 why you should not be using signal services. A lot of times, the signals, by the time a signal drops, or by the time you get to where the signal, maybe by the time you get the notification, or by the time you get to your phone to check, maybe it was dropped on Telegram or Discord and all of these things, the market would have moved. And then because you're a beginner, there is a huge tendency for you to begin to chase the market. Let's say, for instance, a signal service provider drops a signal with 3 take profit levels. So there's TP1, TP2, and TP3. And the market would have touched TP1 and it has touched TP2. And you missed out on those 2. And then you now come in and jump into the trade. And by the time you jump into the trade, maybe it's the market that hits TP1 on TP2 and then reverses. And the market now reverses on you. That becomes a problem. So there is a very, very huge chance that if there's a very huge chance that you could be missing the trades. There's a very huge chance that the market could move. The signal could drop when you're not with your phone. The signal could drop and you're not there and you don't see and you don't know what's going on. There's a very, very huge chance that can happen. Number 5 reason, the signal services cost money. So let's just say you are paying $10, $15, $20 or $30 or $100 per month for a signal service. That kind of money, if you're paying $30 or $20 or $35 or $40 or $50 per month, that kind of payment should come with some learning. It should come with some learning exposure. That is what that kind of payment should come with. But then if you pay that amount of money and all you are getting is just buy here, sell there, buy here, sell there, buy here, sell there, that is a very big problem. So the question is, what should you do instead of using signal services? What you should do is that you should be in a learning community. You should be in a community where learning is promoted, where you see traders who share ideas, who share their trades, the outcomes of those trades, they win, they lose, you get to see it as well. And of course, when a trader shares his technical analysis or his fundamental analysis in a learning community, you are understanding the process. You are seeing how these things are done in real time, how the analysis is done. You are seeing, okay, he bought here. This is why he wants to buy. He's explaining, or the traders or the mentor or whoever it is that is in that community is actually explaining the reasons why they are making the decisions they are making. And this goes a long way to help you in so many ways. So like, for instance, what I have right behind me, this is USD CAD. If I am looking at USD CAD for a sell or for a buy or for whatever it is, and I am sharing that to the community, I am explaining in great detail why I am looking at it for whichever direction I'm looking at it for. If I'm looking at it for a buy, I'm explaining why I want to buy. If I'm looking at it for a sell, I'm explaining why I want to sell. And this is exactly what you need to actually be growing as a trader. And this is where I invite you, of course, if you go to chikwadotrading.com, you are going to be able to find access to our community. You're going to be able to join the community. You're going to find like-minded traders who are equally like you. You're going to find traders at your level who are beginners, who are just coming up. You are going to find all of these things, and it's going to help you massively. So, of course, I'll be sharing my own trading ideas in there. There's a trade idea session, and then there's a trade alert session. The trade alert is not a signal, but this is me sharing the trades I am getting into in real time. But then the trade idea section, or the trade ideas session of the community, is just me saying, okay, these are the stuff that I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. You are going to be reading all of those. And of course, if you join the community, you are going to see all the past trade ideas. You're going to be seeing how it played out, both the ones that eventually became trades and all of these things. This is exactly what you need to be growing as a trader. So when you're in a community that's surrounded by traders like that, eventually it rubs off on you. Let's say you are in there, the next thing you see that this guy got funded, you see that this guy is taking payout, you are seeing all of these things, and that helps you in a lot of ways for you to get encouraged, and it helps you to push further because you are seeing people who are doing it. And of course, it makes sense that, okay, if I'm seeing this person do it, I'm seeing this person do it, definitely at some point it is going to be my turn and I'm going to be able to do it as well. So please, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this video. I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. Please, it helps the channel out massively. We're still putting out this content, whether we have 1 person, 2 people, or 10 people, or however number of people we have that come here to view our content. That is what matters, and it matters to us that you equally give us the support by subscribing and giving a like to this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, until I see you again, I wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers.